Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to Week 8, um, Introduction of Business. That you're taking me here at the College of Lake County. This is a completely fully online class. This 15-minute overview is what's required of your homework for this week. And at the end, I'll give you a quick feedback on how you did in Week 7's homework and forum discussion or discussion board comments. So today we're in Week 8. We're going to be covering Chapter 14, which is pricing. You'll have to figure out how to do your pricing because right now, come up with a general pricing scheme. You know what I mean? So first of all, think what you're going to be pricing for your product. Just give it general in your mind. It's going to be $10, $20, $30. Just a rough idea. Don't worry about it. When we get into the finance and after this chapter, you have a little better idea of how to price your product. And then the second part's going to be talking about distribution. Part of the distribution, most of you are in the retail side, your business, you're going to have some online, you're going to be mailing something else, but you're at the retail of the distribution chain. So part of the distribution chain, the logistic chain, I want you to look at the utilities. So you're going to have two videos you're going to be looking at. So let's just go into this week's homework assignment. It's going to be open. The homework assignments are usually available by Saturday midnight. I open them up so you can start on your homework, do your videos, do your reading, do your Connect homework assignments. You always could do in advance. So you're going to come in here and you have one form, and you're also going to have your Learn Smart. I haven't put it in there, but it will be added in here. Okay, so you have your Learn Smart assignments that will be, I create the link, but you'll find here you have a Learn Smart assignment worth 15 points on Chapter 14 and one on Chapter 15. So in the form, you're going to click on the form. What's required in this week's form, I've put this in a form because I know some students will basically utilize their smartphones and get into the forum or discussion board through Blackboard, or you may just have a direct link just in the forum. So when the forum comes, it notifies your smart device that you have a forum. Someone posted something in the discussion board, and now you're going to reply it. So when you come into this week, I also put the links within your form. So you could click on the links first before you actually click on here. That puts you into the creating a thread. But for those who aren't as technically advanced, I created a separate link. So you may just want to come in here. Before I go into the forum, I just look at the video. Come in here, click on here. If it comes in here, you have a video. Play the video, and then it's going to we'll talk about pricing, and then you go back. So you have the video. If for some reason you can't get the video to work, just here's the link, cut and paste it into your web browser. The other one is 8-minute video is on FedEx. So what's going to be required, you're going to click on here, right? So I looked at the two videos, either to here or here. If it gets too confusing, I just leave it open line here. And you're going to click on here. And what you're going to do, you're going to create a thread, and you're going to respond to the thread. And then when you create a thread, here's your message. You got to respond. So again, it tells you what's required. Here's the video if you haven't seen it. And then you can click the video, come back. You need to view this video, so you'll view it. After you view it, provide some feedback. I kind of like I could see where the 4 Ps or the pricing, how this Diners Club did a pricing. Just write it. Give me a little feedback on here. And now, after that's in your body. In the subject area, I want you to explain one of your pricing objectives, and you're going to find your pricing objectives in the book. If I look in the book on page 407 in the book, and it's going to have your pricing objective. Okay, I've got this here, so you can look at it in your book or your electronic book on page 407, and it's going to see is your objective to build traffic? Is it achieving greater market share? Is it a social objective? And are you going to be cost-based pricing, demand-based pricing? Are you going to be competitive pricing or break-even analysis? And what are some of your strategies? Is it going to be penetration strategy, everyday pricing? So look at those chapters from page 407 to all the way to 410 within your book, and you'll have a general idea. And so you're going to say, I'm a hot dog stand, and I'm going to have a cost-based pricing objective. And then in your body, you write all this other information. And then after you did this, that's one you're responding, because there's two parts. Then you're going to go back into the forum, and then you're going to, and you post it, and then you could go back again into the forum in a thread, and you're going to open up another thread, and you're going to say part two. And part two, you're going to look at the video FedEx, and then you're going to look at your the 6 utilities that they're going to talk about: place, time utility. They're going to talk about product utility, and so look at those 6 utilities, and then basically respond to that. Which one is going to be your main utility? You could explain all of them, and you'll be fine. And then you add it in here in the pricing, and then you submit it. All right. I don't have anything to submit. It's going to tell you to put something in there, and basically I want your name. Always tell me your weakness. So people, even though we've already been discussing it, they may forget that George is having a hot dog stand. Kevin, you're doing this, and what do you call it? Victoria, you're doing this, whatever. You know what I mean? So you're adding that information in, and then you're done. Okay? So that takes care of this week. It's going to be easy. You don't have a homework assignment. You just, well, you do. You have your Learn Smart, and then you have your forum, and you should be all done. All right? So now let's go back into our weekly assignments, and that's all you have for this week. So let's talk what you did last week. Are we good? So this week is real quick and easy. You have the Learn Smart and your forum, and looking at 2 videos, and it's worth 60 points. What you did last week. Last week you submitted your SWOT analysis. You did well in the discussion board. I think out of 15, for some reason, I had a few people that in their in the discussion board, when I look at the SWOT, just gave me 1 or 2 words. Didn't give me any information, didn't give me any kind of substance. So you didn't get too many people responding back to you. And now, remember, we're going into week 7, 8. When you respond to me, that's worth 8 points out of the 25 points, or in this case, 10 points. So give me something solid, something that other people could say, hey, I could analyze this and I could respond to that, all right? And make sure you respond by Tuesday midnight, and not all in one day, because your points are going to be reduced. But Dr. George, I did 15 points. All in one day, you're going to get a C, because that's not creating a discussion. That's not building that relationship with my clientele, or in this case, relationship with other students. So I know some students, you like to respond because they respond back to you. You should start trying to get other students to respond to your post. I know some of them respond late, and the grade is a reflection of that. If you don't respond at all, not at all, you just lost 25 points. How are you going to pass this? Come on, some of you, you're waiting. You're doing well. You do your homework, you do your Learn Smart, but you don't respond to this. Remember, you have a homework assignment last week, and you had this. Now, when you submitted your homework assignment, the rationale for submitting the homework assignment as a Word document was that you would be able to, you already know how to submit your final paper. So submit your final paper, so if you did your homework assignment and you received a grade, you submitted it, it tells you that submitted it, and it shows you a green asterisk. I graded most of them already, so now you have a grade. Click on the grade, and then look at the detail, and you'll see my comments in there. Right now, there are very few comments. You see me highlighting, just like I would be doing your final paper. So you submit it, and you get my feedback back, okay? So we're doing well. I think you did well. You submitted the homework assignment. You did well in the forum. You've been current with your Learn Smart, and I think the majority of the average class, the average grade in this class is a good solid B. I do have a couple D's, and I think 1 or 2 not doing so well. Let's leave it at that way. All right? And the reason you're not doing well, you're not being active in the forum. The forum or discussion board replaces the lecture within the classroom. It helps you learn different information. It helps you take the information that you've read, that you looked at my YouTube tubes, you looked at my overview. And remember, in the discussion board, I'm proud that many of you are starting to utilize keywords and concepts. Same thing when you're submitting the homework. Start putting the keywords and concepts within the homework. When I make you do a paper, when you do the written paper, attach it into your final presentation paper. You should already have the 7 headers. Here's your business document, the Word document, and you'll have your executive summary, your and your 7 headers, and you should do well. So now you've taken this, because you've already written it, typed it up in words, in sentences, in a paragraph, and you're going to take that information and you're going to put it into your into your final paper. All right. So when we're talking about pricing, remember you have to look at what kind of pricing objectives are you. Is it pricing to get customers in, traffic? Is it pricing? Whatever pricing objective you have, you still have to either break even if you're a nonprofit organization, or make some profitability so you can expand your business. Or why run a business if you have a return on your investment for every dollar, and all the time I'm working I get 2%? Put it in a savings account and work for somebody else. You're better off. You want to at least get a 30-40% return on every dollar you spend within your business. Down the road, after 3 or 4 years, that's where you want your business to be, a higher return on your investment. Okay, so we have that. Remember, when you're going to look at your major paper and you're already doing your written assignments, you're able to put it in there. Here's your checklist real quickly. Here's your second tier to your business. Let's see. So let's click on this one. This is a mind map. So when I look at this mind map, so remember your 7 headers, you will have an executive summary, you'll have a market analysis, you will have a marketing, advertising, operation, critical risks, and your recommendation statement. So where's my SWOT analysis? Comes right into my marketing thing. I've got a SWOT that comes in here. Here it is. So what you've written, you just throw it into your header that you've created. It's a regular paper written in a format. You'll have your as a proposal, not bullets. You'll have executive summary. Here's a little bit about what the business is about. You have your market research. Here's where I got all my information. Here's my marketing campaign, and that those who've written it in full sentences and I've submitted it as a PDF or just bullets, you put that right in here. And you keep on putting, as we do the homework assignments or the forums, hey, that's kind of good, just throw it in here. Don't worry what order they are right now, you're just putting information in. And now when you come to the last week and you have to write the paper, you have your Word document, you just go into all of these and then you start fine-tuning it. After you look at the video, you look at some examples that I showed you, and you will do well. Okay, so that takes care of that. So be good. So that's it for this week. I think I'm under 5 minutes or 10 minutes for anything else. Going to your weekly homework assignment. This week you just have your forum, your Learn Smarts, and look at a couple of videos and start building. Open up a file, a Word document file. Go in here if you got time in between, since I'm giving you a little lighter work. Look at my videos, look what's required, and then you have a good idea. When we start next week, I will have for sure, I know I said last week, this week, but you're just getting it. I want you to start looking at it, so when I open up that for lack of a better word, the discussion board, the second discussion board would be strictly just any question, general idea. You already have a good idea of what I will be requiring, and you may say no questions, or what about this aspect, or what about the PowerPoints that are required, what do I need for that? All right, I've got some ideas, looking a little bit of PowerPoints. Some people may not want to do a PowerPoint. You may want to just do a short YouTube and give me a 5-minute YouTube trying to promote your business. You know what I mean? Instead of, hey, my name is George's Hot Dog Stand, I'm opening up this hot dog stand. Maybe you got some slides, you're showing them in the YouTube, and here's what I think you should do instead of the PowerPoints. But you still have to write me the formal paper. All right, and that's it. So we're all right for this week. Remember, this week, week 8, chapter 14, distribution. Yeah, you know what I mean? Look at the utilities, and then chapter, for lack of better words, chapter. Oops, I got the phone. Let me just get this. For lack of better words, you get chapter, I'm live on this, and then chapter 14. All right? So I'll talk to you later. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and thank you for everything, and I'll get back to you as soon as we can for next week. Look, you can't multitask. I can tell you that much right now. People say you can multitask. I'm doing some research. No one multitasks. You can't do well in any, because your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. You may be thinking you're doing 2 things at a time, but you're really doing 1 thing at a time. All right? So I'll see you next week. And easy, go into the forum, look at the 2 chapters, look at that, and you'll do well. Bye.